What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Coach Vaughn, back with another message for you today. We're entitling this one today, You Might As Well. You might as well. Let's get right into it. I want to dedicate this really quickly, though, to my Freeport High School girls track team, who I've been coaching last season and this season. Very proud of you guys. And I also want to dedicate this to the Queens Youth Federation, right, who I spoke for this past weekend, and I happen to be the young adult coordinator for. And we're going to get into that a little bit. But the title of the message is You Might As Well. What are we talking about when we say you might as well? A few weeks ago, I remember myself and some of the other coaches were talking with the track team. And what we were saying is when it comes to running the 400 was one of the races that I excelled in when I was in high school. And so as we were training these girls and these guys to run the 400, one of the things that people hate about the 400 is that it hurts, right? The 400 is a sprint. For those of you who need reference as to what a 400 is, that's one lap around a full-size track, right? And it's not a jog. A lot of people try to jog a 400 thinking that it's a slow race. No, if you watch anybody run a 400 properly, that is a sprint, right? But you have to balance yourself out, but it is a sprint, all right? And here's the thing that people hate about the 400. It hurts. The 400 hurts, okay? I threw up after almost every single 400 I ran in high school, all right? It hurts. But I became All-American because of excelling in running the 400, all right? So although it hurt, the reward at the end of the day was worth it. So listen to what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, what we try to tell the athletes is, even if you run a 400 slow, it still at the end of the day hurts, right? Because what would happen is we would have the athletes run and some of them would back it down and they wouldn't give their all. And by the time they finished the race, the ones who gave their all were hurting. The ones who didn't give their all were still hurting, right? Legs feeling all tight, legs getting heavy, arms and back, feeling the pain in the arms and back. So listen, whether they ran it slow or whether they ran it fast, there was still pain involved at the end. And so the question that we pose to them is, if you, or the statement that we pose to them is, if you're going to have to run the 400 anyway, and you're going to have to feel the pain at the end of the race anyway, don't you think it makes sense that you might as well give it your all, give it your best? Right? Come on, and come on, you know I'm not talking about track and field right now, okay? Because I'm talking about in your academics. Yeah, it's painful working on schoolwork. Yeah, it's painful studying. It is painful writing papers, but it is also painful, being poor, right? And your chances of success, your chances of having a better income, if you focus and do your best in your education, if you run your race hard and if you run your race fast from jump, your chances of success are a lot better. The reward is greater at the end. The reward is greater at the end if you run the race and give it everything that you've got, because either way, you're going to feel the pain. It's just a matter of whether or not there's going to be a reward at the end of the pain that it was worth going through the pain for. And so, like I said, you might as well. So one of the things that happened to me this past weekend is those of you guys who know me, I've been speaking maybe now for the past, time flies, because I've probably been speaking now for the past year and a half. Wow, time flies. Okay. And things have been picking up more and more and more. And this weekend I had the opportunity to speak for the Queens Federation Youth Rally Day. Now, that was an amazing event. And although I had to tailor my speech a little bit because the event was running out of time, so I had to cut it down to just about 15 minutes. And can I admit something to you? Can I admit to you that I was nervous about it? I was a little bit nervous about it because we were talking about probably the biggest crowd that I had ever spoken to thus far. Most of the places I've spoken to, maybe there were a couple of hundred people there. At this event, there were probably, close to 1,000 people in the audience in attendance. Some of whom I knew, some who I didn't know. And so I was a bit nervous, and I said, man, what am I getting myself into? And what happened is once it got time for me to speak, once it got closer and closer for me to speak, I said, Vaughn, what are you worried about, Vaughn? What are you worried about? There's not a lot of people willing to go ahead and speak in front of a crowd of people in the first place. So who cares even if people think that whether or not you did a good job or not? You know that you have a message to speak to people about. So why not just go out there and do it? You might as well. You've spoken to other people. This is what you like doing anyway. You like encouraging people. You like preaching to people. You might as well get out there and give it your best. Because guess what? You can either go out there, give it your best, and people get something from it. There's a good reward at the end of it. Or you could go out there, be all nervous, flop, and at the end of the day, right, you still have to deal with those mixed feelings of emotion that you go through. But now, nobody might have gotten anything from it. And thankfully, people came up to me afterwards and said, yo, man, I felt like the message was specifically for me. Matter of fact, even as recently as today, I have people hitting me saying that they really felt like the message was powerful, right? And so what I'm saying to you guys is, let me wrap up, is, yo, you might as well. You might as well do it. I don't know what it is that you're doing. You want to start a business? You might as well do it. Because, yeah, there's going to be pain involved. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of learning involved. There might be some failures involved. But guess what? You've automatically failed if you don't at least attempt. Right? And so I just want to leave you guys with that. You might as well go after it, man. We only have this one life to live. I was talking with my boy, Byron, and we were just talking about, listen, you can try to prepare for the future as much as you want. You can reflect on the past as much as you want. But the only things that matter are what's happening right now, what's going on right now, right? You only have, everything exists, Byron said, everything exists in time and in space. And you can only do what you can in the time frame that you have and in the space that you have. And guess what? You can only do where you are and in the time that you are, where you are in space and where you are in time. And so you might as well do it. You don't know if you're even going to be alive tomorrow. You might as well do something today. Get started today. A lot of people talking about they don't like Mondays, right? And I just put up a status about that today. Everybody complaining about Mondays coming along. You better be thankful that you have a Monday to look forward to. I just got asked today to speak to do the prayer at a memorial for one of my boys that I grew up with that died, right? His sister just asked me to do the opening prayer. He doesn't have any more Mondays to look forward to. And his family doesn't have any more Mondays to look forward to spending with him, right? So you have a Monday right now. Today is Monday. I happen to be taping this on a Monday. You have a Monday right now to put your all into. You better embrace that Monday, right? You might as well embrace the Monday because you don't know if you have another one. Make the best of it. It's your boy, Coach Vaughn. Peace. I'm out of here. Hope you got something from the message. Later.